always thought when I was young that the only thing truly keeping me from greatness was my stuttering. I came to see it as my greatest handicap, my fatal flaw, my shameful secret. I became obsessed with ways of beating it up and ways of stopping it from getting the best of me. With ups and downs, what was most frustrating was that the more I expected from myself, the worse it went. I became obsessed with words, with how they came out, and stopped thinking so much about the content, but just of speaking fluently and thinking always on the words. But I think this also had, on a way, a positive effect, which it fueled me to try to face it up front. I think it fueled me to be extra funny, to be more extroverted, and it even forced me to choose law as a career, which of course you have to speak more than in other jobs and be more persuasive when doing so. And I thought that I got it covered. This was basically until I reached college, because I think that in my school, where classes were with smaller students, I basically knew all of my peers since age 5 until 18. I didn't feel so much of that pressure, but that changed quite a bit in college. There was new people were very concentrated, very driven, and of course, law students always tend to like to speak a lot and do so quite fluently and well. So when I was 18 or 19, this actually had quite a huge impact on me. I became more nervous, and I started looking at basically all kind of therapies or techniques in order to improve my speech. I actually, and well, I have this trait, which is that I always try, when I get interested in anything, I actually read a lot about it, different authors and experts. But in my speech, it seemed to be opposite. The more I learned, the more I read by the experts, the worse I got, because I think that my expectations were so high and I was so keen on words. This is incredible because I focused so much on getting the words right. And then a couple of years ago, I found Lee's book, and it's amazing because I think that sometimes you actually have to pass through certain things so that all things click, like different experiences or different events actually make you ready to understand how something is actually true and works. And it's incredible because I know that feeling. I knew that feeling when I read Lee's book. I felt the complete truth about that. The actual problem was thinking so much on words, which explained why all my training and all my practice up to that point did much more harm than good. I was concentrating on words. Yeah, and on a parallel topic, I actually had been practicing mindfulness for a year up to that point, and well, there we are taught that what is focus, that what is key is how we focus on our reality, how we concentrate our attention. And then it all clipped down that we shouldn't concentrate on words, but we should concentrate on ideas. And then what also happened at the same time was that I have a cousin, which is he's a really smart guy. And one of the things he does is plays an instrument really well. He has an MBA in Yale, like really smart. And we were discussing about my speech and how I was always so ashamed of it and so harsh on myself. And he basically said something which was really similar, I think, to the main idea conveyed on Lee's book, is that the greatest musicians, when performing, never think on the notes, never. They always, like, on stage, they sometimes dance, they sometimes sway, they sometimes like close their eyes and do like this. Or an example is Ray Charles, that like moves really nicely when playing. That's a technique to not think on the notes, is to feel the music. Because the moment you start thinking on the notes, on the technique, things go wrong. You have to think on something else, because you already know how to play it. And with words, it's the exact same thing. You have to concentrate on something else, not on the words. And I think that's why crutches works so well. And I started like making links on all these different types of knowledge that just clicked. And well, I think that the more I read the book, the more I talked with Javi, who is an amazing coach. Then I started expanding my areas of confidence. Like, I started being confident first with my family, then close friends, and I started implementing all these techniques in different areas, which was amazing, because I think, and this is also a concept which has aided me quite a lot. There are, I think, different types of objects which are fragile objects, such as glasses, like vases made of glass. Those kind of objects should be defended, guarded against any kind of harm, because if anything happens, they break. Then there are different kinds of objects, like a plastic ball, which you can hit them and kick them, and of course they may break, but after a long while, after many hits. But then there are a third kind of objects which are defined as anti-fragile objects, such as, I think, when people go to a gym, they actually get better when they exert pressure on an object, like by actually tearing up your muscle, doing, I don't know, bench presses or bicep works. They actually improve the muscle by breaking it. I think that people are also that way. We become better by struggle. We actually become better persons. We fulfill more of our potential by facing challenges. And stuttering is a heck of a challenge. I always think about this quote, which was said in one of these meetings, which I think amazing, is that stuttering no longer has a purpose. And thinking that stuttering did actually, when we were when we were young had a purpose. The purpose of letting us be prepared in life for greater challenges is true. But now I think all the members of SAC, all the people that come to this meeting, understand that they have that it is no longer needed to struggle in this way. We have taken all the benefits we actually can take from this great struggle, which it is. It's an amazing struggle because it demands of us a lot in terms of attention, in terms of sacrifice, in terms of owning up to our fluency, to our mistakes, to everything, but it is no longer needed. This change in mentality has been really key, because now I don't see stuttering as such a calamity or a disgrace, but something which had a purpose, but now it doesn't need to be. And just to finish, I think that coming to this group on Saturdays and seeing the quality both in content and in form of the speech here, I think is proof that change is possible, that improvement is possible, that it is possible to have all the appropriate tools in order to face this struggle and show that this success is possible, and with this confidence we can become better in every aspect. Just as a final note, I think that my greatest challenge is not to rush, because I always rush when speaking. I think that that's something that I have to work on, but that the difference in my speech and in my outlook on life before starting on SAC and now, it's night and day.